You stand in front of the mirror, jacket on, keys already in your hand. You were ready to leave. Then something in your chest tightens, just slightly. Nothing dramatic. Just a small, familiar pressure right behind your ribs. You look at your reflection for one more second, and you already know what is about to happen. You take the jacket off. You sit back down on the edge of the bed. Not dramatically, not with tears, just quietly, the way you have done it before, more times than you would like to admit. You tell yourself you are tired. Maybe you are. But it is not the kind of tired that sleep fixes. It is the kind that lives somewhere deeper. Somewhere sleep does not reach. Not because you hate the people waiting for you. Not because you do not care about them. Not because something is fundamentally wrong with you. You just did not have it in you tonight. And somewhere underneath the relief of staying home, there is a small, quiet ache you do not talk about. An ache that does not have a clean name. Because people who isolate themselves rarely wake up one day and decide they want to disappear. It usually starts smaller than that. It starts with one jacket, taken back off, one night at a time, until one night quietly becomes a pattern nobody names out loud. And if you have ever done that, taken the jacket off instead of walking out the door, you already know the strange thing about it. It does not feel like giving up. It feels like relief. Your shoulders drop a little. Your breathing slows down, just slightly, the moment the decision is made. For a second, everything feels lighter. But relief and peace are not always the same thing. Relief is what happens the instant pressure disappears. Peace is something steadier, something that does not need the door closed to exist. And that difference, the quiet gap between relief and real peace, is where this story actually begins. Because this is not really about one night, or one jacket, or one canceled plan. It is about a pattern that builds so slowly you do not notice it forming, until you are already standing in the middle of it, wondering how the room got this quiet, and how you got so used to it. Let's talk about how it actually looks, day to day, in the small moments nobody else is watching. You open your phone and watch a friend's story. You do not like it. You do not comment. You just watch it. Then lock the screen again, almost automatically. Not because you did not care what they posted. Because responding felt like one more small task your energy did not have room for today. Even something as small as a heart on a screen. You come home, and you do not turn on the lights. Just the glow of your laptop. Or your phone. In an otherwise dark room. Not because you are sad. Not exactly. Sometimes it just feels safer in the dark. Like nothing in that quiet glow is expecting anything from you. You open your calendar to check what the weekend looks like. And when you see it is empty. Completely empty. Something in you exhales before you have even finished reading it. You would never say that out loud. It sounds strange, even to you. Wanting nothing scheduled. And feeling that emptiness as comfort instead of loneliness. Maybe you have also noticed this one. Someone starts talking about their week. Their plans. Their small daily stresses. And your mind quietly drifts somewhere else. Not because you are bored of them. Because listening fully, the kind that actually takes something out of you, has started to feel like a cost you cannot always afford. Here is what most people get wrong about all of this. They think withdrawing means you stop caring. Often, it is the opposite. You are not avoiding people because they do not matter to you. You are avoiding them because you have already given so much of yourself to so many small moments. So many conversations. So many versions of showing up. That there is simply less left than there used to be. That is not laziness. That is not coldness. That is a nervous system that has been running on very little for a long time, quietly asking for less, in the only language it knows how to speak. There is another version of this too, one that is harder to admit. Sometimes you type out a full reply, a real one, honest and specific, and then you delete it, and send something shorter instead. Haha, yeah. Instead of the paragraph you actually meant. Not because the shorter version is a lie, because the longer version would have required you to actually feel something in front of someone. And tonight, that felt like too much to risk. None of these moments look like much on their own. A story left unanswered. A calendar left empty. A message shortened at the last second. But put them together, night after night, and they start to draw a very quiet, very consistent shape. If any of this feels familiar, if you have ever watched a story without replying, or felt relief at an empty weekend, comment, closed door. You are not the only one carrying this quietly. Let's talk about the door. Not a literal one. The one inside you. The one you close when the world starts to feel like too much to hold. At first, closing that door feels like relief. You let the phone ring. You watch the screen light up with a name you actually like. someone you genuinely care about, and you let it go to voicemail anyway. Not because you do not want to talk to them, because in that moment, even a voice you love feels like more than you have room to carry. And closing the door, just for a night, just for a weekend, that is not a bad thing. Everyone needs a door they can close sometimes. A door is supposed to open again. That is the whole point of a door. It was never meant to be a wall. But here is the part almost no one warns you about. The more you close the door, the heavier it starts to feel. Not because the door changes, because you slowly forget the motion of opening it. One quiet night becomes one quiet week. One skipped gathering becomes most of them. And without one dramatic decision, the door stops being something you close for rest. It becomes something that is simply always shut. You did not mean to lock it. You may not have even heard it lock. You just notice one day that your hand hovers near the handle, and something in you hesitates. That is the quiet twist underneath all of this. You thought you were protecting your peace by keeping it closed. But peace was never supposed to live behind a permanently locked door. What you built as a place to rest slowly became the place you got stuck in. There is a second twist hiding just behind the first one, and it is the one that hurts a little more. The longer the door stays shut, the less the silence on the other side feels like rest. And the more it starts to feel like the only place you know how to exist anymore. Not because you chose that, because a room you never leave starts to feel like the whole world. Even when you know, somewhere quiet inside you, that it is not. That does not mean you did something wrong by closing it in the first place. It means the door simply needs opening again. Gently, not all at once, not by force, just enough, at first, to remember that it still can move. Think about the last time you actually stepped outside that room. Even briefly. Maybe it was a short walk you did not plan. Maybe it was answering one call you almost let ring out. Notice how it felt. Not perfect, not effortless, but slightly different from the silence you had gotten used to. That small difference is not nothing. It is proof the handle still turns. Even after all this time behind the same closed door. From the outside, this can look like so many different things. Depending on who is watching, people might call you distant. They might call you hard to reach, or a little cold, or too private for your own good. Someone who used to show up more, and somehow does not anymore. Someone asks how you are doing, and you say, "I'm okay," almost before they finish the question. Your voice stays steady. Your face gives nothing away. It is a reflex by now, one you barely notice yourself performing. Nobody sees the version of you that sat on the floor an hour earlier, unsure why something so small felt so unbearably heavy. Nobody sees that "I'm okay" is sometimes the fastest, quietest way to end a conversation you simply do not have the energy to have honestly tonight. This is the part people misread the most. Over and over again, they see the silence. They never see what the silence is holding up. They think you are avoiding them because you do not need anyone. What is actually happening is quieter than that, and harder to explain out loud without sounding dramatic. You are not avoiding connection itself. You are avoiding the version of connection that costs more than you currently have to give. You did not stop loving people. You just ran out of the energy it takes to prove it every single day. There is a real difference between someone who genuinely does not need anyone and someone who is simply protecting the little energy they have left. One closed door at a time. One quiet night at a time. Most people who isolate are the second kind. Not cold, not detached, just quietly, carefully rationing whatever they have left to give. The way you would ration water if you were not sure when more was coming. And here is something worth sitting with for a second. The people who misread your silence the hardest are often the ones who never had to ration anything themselves. It is not their fault. It is just a language they have never had to learn. Distance was never the absence of love. It was love, running on a battery that had not been charged in a while. And maybe that is the part worth saying to yourself tonight, even if no one else says it to you. The people who truly know you were never counting how often you replied. They were noticing that even in your silence, you never once stopped being who you are underneath it. That is not nothing. That is the difference between being forgotten and simply being tired. If you have ever said, "I'm fine," when you were not to lie, but because it was easier than explaining, tell me in the comments. I want to know how many of us are quietly carrying the exact same weight tonight. So where does this leave you? Not with a checklist, not with a rule that says you have to say yes to everything starting tomorrow. Healing from this does not look like throwing the door wide open overnight. It looks like turning the handle, just slightly, and noticing, almost with surprise, that it still moves. Maybe it begins smaller than anyone else would notice. One reply you do not rewrite 10 times. One coffee you allow to be short. One moment where you show up without forcing yourself to become the old version of you all at once. Not a dramatic return. Not a performance. Just a small opening in the place that had stayed closed for too long. You do not have to prove anything by doing it perfectly. You do not owe anyone a dramatic comeback. A version of yourself that suddenly shows up to everything. You just have to remember, gently, that the door was always meant to open again. Not because someone is waiting on the other side, keeping score of how long it took you, but because a life fully lived behind a closed door was never actually the peace you were looking for in the first place. They called it distance. It was never distance. It was a door, closing slower than you noticed. One quiet night at a time. You are not broken for needing to close it sometimes. You were never meant to live your whole life behind it, either. Peace was never supposed to mean being unreachable. Peace was supposed to mean having a door you trust yourself to open again, when you are ready. To the people who were never the reason you needed to close it in the first place. Some people will still misunderstand you along the way. Some will call it flaky, or distant, or dramatic, without ever asking what the silence was actually protecting. Let them. Their misunderstanding does not cancel out what is true underneath it. You are allowed to move slowly. You are allowed to open the door a crack before you open it all the way. You are allowed to test the handle a few times before you trust it enough to walk all the way through. None of that makes you weak. It just makes you someone who is finally being honest about how heavy the door had actually gotten. If this gave you a little more language for something you have been carrying quietly, subscribe to Cortex Psychology. We talk about the hidden emotional patterns behind human behavior, the things people rarely say out loud, and the quiet psychology underneath distance, isolation, and the need to disappear. And if you are standing in front of your own mirror tonight, jacket half on, half off, unsure which way tonight is going to go, that is okay. You do not have to decide anything tonight. The door will still be there tomorrow. And so, quietly, will you?